Good evening everyone and welcome to the ASM Stadium, the home of Tame United, for Premier League Cup qualifying round action between Huddersfield Town and our host this evening, Oxford United. Delighted to have you joining us here on YouTube again. If you're a Town fan, welcome back. Hope you enjoyed the pre-season friendly coverage. It's going to be much of the same tonight. If you're an Oxford United fan, welcome along. We're delighted that we can bring you this game this evening. I am of Huddersfield persuasion. I'll get my interest out there straight away, so forgive me that I don't know your players as well as I know ours, but I will certainly do my best to do you justice. Just a note tonight, there is no real gantry to work from, so we are at the top of the main stand here at the ASM Stadium, so not quite the angle that we're used to for these streams, but we'll certainly do our best to bring you the action as we go. Premier League Cup tonight, so for those of you who aren't familiar with the competition, it's something that Town are in most seasons, if not every season. Obviously COVID rather curtailed last season's competition, but it is a Premier League competition. It's based on your academy category, so the reason we're in the qualifying round is that technically we are now category 4 due to the way we set our academy up. The winner of tonight, and there must be a winner tonight, we will go to extra time and penalties if required, will go into the group stage of the Premier League Cup, and that will be a group with Newcastle United, Birmingham City, whoever wins this group stage, and I've forgotten the fourth team. Watford, there we are, that's Watford. I had to look at my thing. So, yeah, that's what lies ahead for whoever wins tonight. We've got a good game in store tonight as well, and we'll quickly run you through the Town team. We're waiting for 7 o'clock kick-off here, so only a couple of seconds until the team comes out. You've probably seen B-team manager John Worthington just making his way towards the pitch now. Town tonight, we'll take you through the formation that we expect. In goal, number 1, Nick Belokovic. We'll give you a bit more detail on all the Town players as we go as well, but Nick Belokovic in goal tonight. We're expecting a back 4, right back Brodie Spencer, the young Northern Irish defender, Nazim Kabouche and captain Ben Jackson at centre-half, and Jaheim Headley will be the left back. In midfield, we've got Ben Midgley, the Murfield native, in the holding midfield position, Brahima Diarra and John Russell just ahead of him, and then we're expecting Cian Harrott in attack, and there's a couple of first team guys out on action tonight, so Rolando Aarons and Danel Sinani should flank Cian Harrott. Rolando, for those of you keeping up to date with him, he's had a knee injury that's kept him out all the way through pre-season. He played his first 45 minutes for the B team against Altrincham on Saturday, and we're expecting him to maybe get an hour under the belt, all being well tonight. Could be less, obviously, depending on the situation of Rolando and the game. And Danel Sinani obviously had a little thigh problem that kept him out of the squad against Fulham on Saturday. He was an unused sub last night for the 1-0 win over Preston North End. We're expecting him to get around a half today as he just gets back up to full match fitness ahead of Town's busy schedule for the rest of August. Oxford United, our host tonight, of course, making us very welcome here. Thanks to Chris Williams and the team at Oxford, as ever, for being so accommodating. They've got number 1, Eddie Breary, number 2, Ben Watt, number 3, Michael Alechi, 4, Josh Johnson, 5, Clinton Nosakari, 6, James Golding, 7, Derek Oseyor, 8, Leon Chambers-Parallon, 9, Adam Smith, 10, Elijah Coe, and 11, Joel Cooper. Bench is 12, Gatlin Odonkor, 14, Josh Anifowase, sorry, excuse my thing, 15, Mac Masters, 16, Will Owens, and 21, Fraser Barnsley. Just moments away here, we are actually, you should see to the right of your camera there that the Town team is making its way to pitch side. That's Josh Snowden, one of the physical performance team at the front, and then Ben Jackson being led out by the assistant there in front. Ben Jackson, the skipper tonight, one of the players on Town's B team, barring Sinani and Aarons, that's got the most senior experience. Had a loan spell at Bolton Wanderers in League 2 to finish off last season, helped them gain promotion to League 1. Ben's also made 3 appearances for Town's first team last season as well. There's the Oxford lineup, led by number 8, Leon Chambers-Parallon, in the bright yellow this evening. Town in the new home strip, of course, with utility. We will get this line up here as we always do for these games. Real competition this for the B team, the Premier League Cup. Desperate to advance in this competition. John Worthington, Academy Manager Emmy Humphreys and the staff targeted 3 games this week that are must-win games, and it started well yesterday. The last year's under-17s group is now into the final of last year's Claret's Cup. Season being slightly compressed, we didn't get a chance to finish that, but that's an under-17 competition created by Burnley Football Club, and we're through to the final again. A good 2-0 win over Sheffield United at Canalside yesterday, 5 p.m. kick-off. So that was one of the 3 games that we really want to win, really targeting these cup competitions to put everything together that the lads have learned in training, try and go and win the games as opposed to perhaps working on something specific in the matches. This is the second of those games. Really want to get through to the Premier League Cup group stages to ensure some more high quality games. And then on Saturday, the current batch of under-17s are in Youth Alliance Cup action. And it's these cup competitions, a bit of a flip to the first team, really. Normally, the first team level of the league obviously takes precedence. You tend to find at academy level that the cup competitions are the really special ones, going from the FA Youth Cup all the way through to the Premier League Cup here tonight, which is really the premier competition that our B team is involved in. So hoping to see Town progress tonight. But certainly no easy task against Oxford United. They've got a good academy setup here. The pitch here at Tame is a little bit long as well, so that will provide its own challenges for both sides, of course. See who overcomes that best. Town just waiting for the referees to get in line. You probably do notice the gantry, and if you're wondering why we're not filming from there, there's no power over there, so unfortunately wouldn't be able to bring you this over 90 minutes. If we do, like I said, if it is level over 90, it does go to extra time and then penalties if required. Referee tonight is Matthew Rushton, just calling the two captains over. So Ben Jackson, the Town skipper there. He is a left back, Ben, by trade. Has played midfield too, but we will see him left-sided centre-half of a back four tonight, we expect. So versatile player, Ben. It's always been one of his strengths. He has played right back a bit in the academy too, but as one of the senior lads, he adds a real strength in depth to that centre-back position tonight. Just wait to see what the referee's signalling here. We are moments from getting underway here at the ASM Stadium. Thanks for joining us again on HGTV, Town's official YouTube channel. Lots going on through the season as well. First team behind-the-scenes footage of training, of course, as well as these academy games we'll always try and stream. Thanks to our friends at Popper Digital as well for helping us to bring this to you this evening. Moments away from kick-off here. It's going to be Oxford to get us underway in the yellow, kicking from right to left on your camera. Referee just delaying things there. Brahima Diarra a bit ahead of himself, Town's number 10. Great to see a few Town fans here tonight, although it is largely family members. Cian Harrett's family, I've just seen his dad on the touchline. This is Brodie Spencer on this near side, the young right back from Northern Ireland, getting absolutely no help to getting the ball back from anyone in the stand here, so that's a good start. Finally, a friendly fan gives it him back. Brodie, only 17, he's one of the younger players in Town's lineup tonight, although he wouldn't think it from his stature. Brodie, all the way he plays, is full throttle. I think it'd be fair to say, Brodie. Ben Midgley with his first touch, and Nazim Caboose gets a bit of an awkward one at knee height and only can volley it into the stands, where one of the fans connects with a good header to start with. He will occasionally get people moving in front of camera here tonight. It is unavoidable given where we're filming from, so apologies for that. But Nazim Caboose there, Town's young centre-half, just getting ahead of his man, and it's Oxford inching up the left touchline with these throw-ins. Big physical side, Oxford was notable when they came out earlier. Going to be a real physical test here for Town tonight, you feel? Number 3, Michael Alecci, who's going to take this throw in now, just waiting for the movement of his colleagues. Sinani on the nearest player to him here, Daniel Sinani, the Luxembourg international. Alecci can't keep it in, so it's a throw into Town again. Bit of a scrappy opening couple of minutes here. Good to see Sinani in action tonight. I know a lot of Town fans will be interested to see Daniel play. Only a handful of minutes in his 2 substitute appearances for the first team since that loan move from Norwich. John Russell as well, probably a player you're quite interested in. The big number 8 for Town here this evening. Good tackle from Ben Midgley there, who wins the ball. And Brahima Diarra nudges it back to Ben Jackson. And now here's the first touch of the night for Jaheim Headley, Town's left back. Headley moves at the line. He's tried to find Rolando Aarons there, who's going to force the right back into action. And the right back rather scuffs his clearance straight back to Headley. And here's Rolando Aarons with his first touch of the evening. He comes inside to Diarra. There's John Russell. He's a huge figure, John, 20-year-old. He played 25 games in League One for Accrington Stanley last season, the same division that Oxford are in, clearly. Good strength there from Diarra as he just rolls the challenge, but the midfielder sticks to his guns and does win the ball back for Oxford there. And now Nazim Caboose, good defending there for Naz, and it gets a little touch off the number 9, Adam Smith, so it's the throw into Huddersfield Town just on halfway. Good play there from Caboose. There's John Russell, just rolls it into Sinani. Just takes a loop there, Daniel's touch as it kicks off the turf. And it's good reactions though from Sinani, and Naz Caboose again steps in and wins the ball back for his side confidently. Comes over halfway. Sure, there's some players here that you haven't seen perhaps playing for Town's academy sides before. We will try and give you a bit of info in breaks of play through the evening. Here's Ben Jackson. Centre-backs have just switched momentarily here as Jackson out here on the right and Caboose just over on the left-hand side for a second. And Town move the ball to the left for Naz Caboose. Here's Jaheim Headley. Headley just slips there as he was going to take that, plays it off the defender, so it's a throw into Town just over halfway. Sinani keeping very wide on this right-hand side off camera here. First touch of the evening for Nick Bolokovic, the Australian goalkeeper. Was on the bench against Fulham for the first team in the absence of Lee Nichols about, last Saturday it was. Caboose just takes a bit too long there to clear the ball, and Oxford win it back now. And it's a good pressure here from Cian Harrott, the 19-year-old forward, and the keeper has to drive the ball clear. Here's Jaheim Headley, he also on the first team bench already. He was on the bench at Reading on the final day of last season. Jaheim Aarons into the box. It's cleared by the big number 6, Golding. And good play there from the Oxford man. He wins his side a free kick and takes it quickly. Now he's away down the right-hand side because Headley's been caught up the pitch. He's got Ben Jackson for company, and now Caboose has to come over to stop the number 8 from advancing into the box. It's a bad cross there in the end from the Oxford skipper, Chambers Parallon, but good, bright counter-attacking play there from the U's. Comes to nothing in the end, though. Again, if you are just joining us, thanks for doing so on HGTV. We will bring you quite a few of these academy games throughout the course of the 21-22 season, particularly the Premier League Cup games if we progress through tonight, FA Youth Cup, the bigger fixtures for sure. Hope you enjoy it. Hopefully we can have people back at academy games at the training ground in due course. Obviously, training grounds currently under red COVID protocols, which permits no spectators, no media down at those games, unfortunately. So, got to be respectful of that while we just see off, hopefully, what is the end of this pandemic. Oxford played forward, Ben Jackson under that one, and Ben with a big header forward. Equally good win there from the centre-back, but here's John Russell now, and John keeps possession for his side, goes back to Jackson. Pitch is just playing a little bit long, you have to say, so it just players being a little careful on the touch in the opening stages. Jackson, quite sure he was trying to do there, clipped the ball forward. He apologises to Jaheim Headley because that was well overplayed, and it's gone out for a Oxford goal kick. Thank you to my friend Chris at Oxford to tell me that the Oxford centre-backs have decided to wear different shirts tonight. So it's Nosakari in 6, Golding in 5. So I've been calling that wrong for so in line with that. That's Nosakari on the ball there, gives it back to the keeper and clears. Caboose just sees his man under the ball, and Brodie Spencer with a good pass out there to Jaheim Headley. Sorry, it's Brahima Diarra, apologies. No, it is Jaheim. Jaheim rolls in the middle of the thing, which is throwing me off a bit, and he has a shot there, the left back, but it rolls out to Rolando Aarons. You may have noticed has completely shaved his hair off, actually. Looks like a different man, Rolando, but he's tricky on the ball there, and he wins his side a free kick. He's tripped by Joel Cooper out on that far side. Rolando ended up on the bench, of course, yesterday for the first team after we lost Matty Pearson in the warm-up. He was the late call-up as the 7th sub when Tom Lees moved into the team. Free kick to town. It's Ben Midgley over it, the 18-year-old midfielder. Missed most of last season, Ben, with a real freak knee injury sustained in training. Great to see him back out on the pitch tonight. What can he do from this delivery? Crosses, he floats one in towards Caboose, and Caboose wins it. Pretty free header there, but he just got underneath the ball. In fact, he is offside anyway, so it wouldn't have counted. But decent balling from Midgley there, just caused a few hesitant moments, but Caboose just moved too early, unfortunately. Tall figure Naz Caboose, is about 6'3", 6'4", so he is a big aerial threat to opponents. That's good press there from Ben Midgley, who's kept Oxford right in the middle of their own box there, and actually now they've done quite well, Oxford, to get out down the right-hand side. Jackson's done well equally, and he finds to poke the ball towards Cian Harrott, the striker on his left. Cian pulls it back, and now there's a slide in. It's hit the bar. Brahima Diarra so close to opening the scoring, but Town have got it alive. And it's a shot, and that's in the bottom corner. What a fantastic finish that is from Ben Jackson. The Town skipper with a brilliant right-footed drive into the bottom corner, just after it looked like the Town chance had gone. And it's an early goal for the Terriers. Oxford 0, Huddersfield Town 1. Great initial play there from Town to press Oxford back, keep them in their own penalty area. Then ball rolled across by Cian Harrott to Diarra. At full stretch, he hit the bar. Looked like Oxford had cleared, and the Town skipper had different ideas. He stepped forward out from centre-back. He is a left-footed player, Ben, but drove that one low on his right foot right into the far corner, giving Breer no chance whatsoever in the Oxford goal. Great start for the young Terriers. See if Town can keep this pressure up here now. Oxford really trying to play as well, you can see that. That's a good ball down the channel to the skipper, who's got John Russell for company down this Town right. Russell, a huge figure, the 20-year-old former Chelsea man. He's done well there, and Sinani wins his side of throw-in. Don't know if you quite get the scale of it on the camera, but John is a real imposing figure. Box-to-box midfielder, John. He will get about. Good movement from Town, but equally good marking from Oxford. So Spencer has to go down the line, and that's Elechi who wins the header. Well done, Naz Kaboosh there, who just wins it. And now Sinani gives it to Brodie Spencer, and Spencer does well just to check out there, and Kaboosh clears it up the line towards Cian Harrott, who does really well, wins the header, but Sinani just slightly behind play, and Nosakari goes back to his goalkeeper, Ben Jackson, with a big call. And now here's Brahima Diarra, who does well to turn on it and give it to Rolando Aarons. Good defending from the right back, but John Russell trying to keep it alive. I think that's going to be a Town throw-in if it rolls out on this far side. Indeed it is. The assistant thinks about it for a second. Here's Sinani, the Luxembourg international. Town's first ever player from Luxembourg. Here's Ben Midgley. Good control on the ball at the moment from the young Terriers. That's to Jaheim Headley. Jaheim steps inside, gives it back to Midgley. Midgley clips one down the line, looking for Sinani, who tried to just, I think, scoop the ball back to Cian Harrott. Couldn't quite get a touch on the ball. Good running field from Sinani, though. Be intriguing to see what he's like in this 45-minute period that we expect him on the pitch tonight. In fact, just looking at it, looks like Aarons and Sinani have just swapped wings here for a second, actually. Rolando on the right-hand side, Donnell on the left now. Brodie Spencer does well there, the 17-year-old, just to shepherd the ball out. Real physical specimen, Brodie. He's belies 17 years old, that's for sure. He's from Belfast originally, is Brodie, or near Belfast. He was signed by the Town Academy from Cliftonville, the Northern Irish team, last summer. Ben Midgley just needs to be careful there. He's just taking a little chance in possession. Town scramble back pretty well, though, and Brahima Diarra's there to get hold of the ball, and Bilokovic, the keeper, with a brilliant chip out to Diarra, but Brahima just tried too much there on the ball, unfortunately, and now Spencer is, well, it looked like he was felled. In fact, the referee does wait a minute before giving the free kick. Town just taking the time here, just resetting. Kaboosh thought about going back to Bilokovic, but he's going to drive it down the line towards Cian Harrott. Ball is left by the centre-back to go through to the goalkeeper. Harrott's been in good goal-scoring form again, Cian, of course. He won substitute appearance for the first team back in December 19 against Leeds United as a substitute. He's subsequently had loan spells at Harrogate Town and Guiseley, and he's certainly rediscovered his goal-scoring touch during pre-season, that's for sure. Scored a great goal at Worksop Town in a pre-season friendly. He told us Cian's back after that game, his own words, so not short of confidence, Cian. Town just in possession here. John Russell's pass just forces Kaboosh back a little bit, and Nazim thought about going back to Bilokovic, but he drives forward. Good play as Kaboosh. Now can he find a pass? Really good play, and Harrott fires one into Diarra, who just drifted out to this right-hand side. Here's Ben Jackson, the early goal scorer. Spreads play left to Headley. Headley's got Midgley for company again, and Ben just needs to be careful because he's got Oxford man for company, but he keeps hold of possession, and here's Brodie Spencer into Rolando Aarons. Aarons inside onto his preferred left, but he does well, just manages to squeeze that through to Brahima Diarra, and the Frenchman now forward and into Sinani. Sinani takes aim, shoots. What a goal from Donnell Sinani! That's his first goal in blue and white stripes at any level for Town, and what a goal that was, given way too much time in the middle of the pitch to get on his favoured left foot, but he had a lot to do still at that point, and he absolutely steamed a rocket of a shot into the top corner. Fantastic stuff from Sinani, and that's Oxford United 0, Huddersfield Town 2. Some way to introduce yourself to the Town faithful watching this tonight. Seen him drift around the pitch already inside the opening 13 minutes here, and he took up good space to get that ball from Diarra. Didn't hesitate, just got the ball out with his feet, looked up and just sent one flying into the top left corner. Really impressive stuff from the Norwich City loanee. It's a good start this from Town. Need to keep this momentum up though, and that's good play from Brodie Spencer just to win the ball back, and good play there as well from Sinani. And now the Luxembourger almost got free again, but Oxford managed to scramble it clear. Here's Ben Midgley, who does well, just controls and tries to find Jaheim Headley, just batters the right back off the ball there, young Ben Watt. And it's Town keeping the pressure on here straight from kick-off. Here's Diarra again. Diarra, nice ball in field to Aarons, and now he gets the ball back, turns inside. He's got a crowd of people and he manages to squeeze it to Sinani, and Town have got plenty forward here again. He's got Spencer on his outside. Here is the Northern Irishman. Ball just not quite in the right position there, just held up on the turf, but he does well to keep it, and Sinani goes in field to Ben Midgley. He's got a man for company, so Midgley goes back to Spencer, and Town sensibly just keep hold of the ball. Good ball from Naz Caboose there. Good play this from Town in the early stages. Here's John Russell. Russell just looks to the right, instead gives it to Midgley, and then it's out to Jaheim Headley again on the left. Rolls it into Rolando Aarons, who's now back on the left-hand side. Aarons into Headley, and he sets Aarons away. He's tried to find John Russell, but it's well cut out there by the Oxford man, and now Town have to be careful, because Oxford could break here. It is effectively 2-on-2, but that's not a great ball in field, and Brodie Spencer cleans up. Headley out to Sinani. Here's Donnell. Shortly after his first Town goal, he rolls it into Cian Harrott. Cian's tried to flick it back to Sinani, but it was a tough ball. Good pressure from Cian Harrott there just to force a hurried clearance from Oxford, and it's put Cooper under pressure here, but he does really well actually. Just rolls it back to Ben Watt, and Watt with a really good run forward. But I tell you what, Rolando Aarons, he has fouled him in the end, but really good work there from Rolando to stop that counter-attack in its tracks, just on halfway. Good run there from Ben Watt though. Did play as a trialist for Town quite some time ago actually against Crewe. It's good to see he's landed at Oxford. Diarra wins the 50-50. Good strong play there from the Parisian. Russell tries an early ball, clipped, and it's hit the referee actually, so we're going to have one of these drop balls that we see now when the referee gets involved, and Town back in possession through Russell. The big midfielder turns on the ball and fires a good ball out to Sinani on the right hand side, who finds Diarra's run in field. Brimo, oh well, he's checked back there. Could have been a penalty. The referee, Rushton's not interested. He's laughing with John Russell. I always think you can tell from how quickly the defence kicks the ball away whether there's a foul there, and Oxford pretty quick to get rid of it, but no massive protestations from Town players, so I am biased, maybe it's me. It's a corner in any eventuality, and Ben Midgley, the midfielder's over on that near side to take this. We are now 16 minutes in the game. If you are just joining us, good start from Town. It's Oxford 0, Huddersfield Town 2. Goals from Ben Jackson and Donnell Sinani with an absolute scorcher of the first goal for Town. Town have been on the ascendancy pretty much throughout the first 16 minutes here. Midgley with a deep corner towards the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper does well, he just claws it away from underneath his thing, and Brodie Spencer's done really well there, just stopped the clearance in its track there from Nosakari, but it is a goal kick to the U's. Here's boss Carl Robinson in attendance tonight as well, we saw him earlier. Good to see always when the first team guys are here to check out the youngsters. Ball is cleared forward towards Caboose, and Caboose gets to see that out actually. Ben Jackson, really good awareness there from Ben to know that Adam Smith was closing him down, and he just hooked the ball back to Belokovic. He's an Aussie Nick, he has got Croatian heritage, hence the last name. That got him the European passport for the move to Europe before Brexit. Errant pass from Sinani there, so it is a throw in to Oxford midway inside the Town half, and Lecce here, the left back, just looking for options. Town's goalkeeper, head of goalkeeping, Paul Clements, watching this, he's just said some hit from Sinani is not wrong. Good block there from Jackson, but the ball has rolled to the Oxford man, and this is danger, and it's a good shot. Excellent play there from Joel Cooper, who's got his side an early foothold back in the game there. Fantastic finish. Ball ricocheted to him after Jackson blocked the initial shot from Josh Johnson. It rolled to him, but he had a lot to do still, and he did it really well. Gave Belokovic no chance with a shot across the Town keeper into the far corner. So that's Oxford United 1, Huddersfield Town 2, just 18 minutes into this Premier League Cup qualifier. Still lots to play for here, obviously. It's the first sniff that Oxford have had at goal and took full advantage of it. Fair play to the home side. That'll give them all kinds of confidence after sure those two early goals have rocked them. Oxford back in possession early here from kick-off, and Lecce rolls it down the line to Osei Yor, who tries to switch play over to the right-hand side, and here's Nosakari, the big centre-back. Rolls the ball inside to Cooper, the goal scorer, and then it's moved out to this left-hand side here, and Brodie Spencer just got under that for a second there. He was looking up in the air, but Kaboosh alert enough to get on that and get possession back for the Terriers. 3 really good goals here so far, you have to say. Jackson's just tried to find that forward run of Russell there, but just overhit the ball. Gives Oxford possession back. Ball is clear. That's a foul there. You can see that's clear as day from Osei-Yor, who does applaud the crossfield pass, but Brodie Spencer did well, got his body in the way and won his side a free kick. Naz Kaboosh in possession here. Those of you probably haven't seen Naz before. He's been at town for a couple of years now. He joined from local football in London from Mass Elite Academy, one of the private academies in London. It's a good ball forward there from Russell, and Cian Harrott kept it alive there, but he's had to tackle the centre-back and it's gone out for a throw. And yeah, going back to Naz Kaboosh, he's 19 years old. He has had a bit of senior experience through a loan spell at Emley. Still very much a developing player, Naz, and you see improvements all the time from him. Well done, Brodie Spencer, who wins the header. And it hits it off the winger, so it's a throw into Town on this near side. Just entering the 20th minute here. Here's Brahima Diarra, who you're all, I'm sure, familiar with after his pre-season exploits with the first team. Diarra, one of 3 Frenchmen. The other 2, Etienne Kamara, Loic Aina, not here tonight. Loic was a bit unwell during pre-season, so he's just recovering from that. Etienne had to go back and renew his passport from home, so he's just come back to Huddersfield. He's training at Canalside now, just need a few more minutes training. So Brahima, one of our 3 Frenchmen on display tonight. Brahima with that ball into Orlando Aarons, who comes across the pitch and drops it to Brodie Spencer. Spencer's got Sinani on his outside, and he does use the Luxembourg international. Sinani into Aarons, both wingers have come on this side. Good play there from the Oxford man just to stop Orlando Aarons there. Ben Watt tracked him all the way across. Ball is clipped by Sinani towards Cian Harrott, but I don't think Cian was totally ready for that, so Oxford back in possession through the goalkeeper. Watt. Ben Watt, the right back, in possession again here. Has to go back to the centre-back. Good passing here from Oxford. Yeah, it's well worked out to the left-hand side here for Alechi, and Alechi pushes it down the line. That's going to be a foot race between Kaboosh and the winger. Naz does really well, actually, and he stayed honest as well. Didn't go down when he could have done, and he's giving it back to Ben Jackson. Horrible pass out from Ben Jackson, though, on his right foot, and this gives Oxford another chance here. And it's the number 10 takes aim, and it's over the bar, thankfully, for those of us in a Town persuasion. Elijah Coe with the snapshot. Really poor pass out of defence from Ben Jackson there on his right foot. Presented Oxford with that opportunity, but no harm done in the end, and Town back in possession. Here is Jackson on his favoured left side. Fires a pass into Jaheim Headley, and Jaheim, his touch gives it back to Oxford, and that's a good ball inside again. And Oxford, good runners forward here, and Town having to scramble, and John Russell does well to win the ball back, and tries to clip it into Cian Harrott, and Cian gives it back to Russell. He's done really well. Russell's got Sinani on his outside, if he can find him. He instead checks onto his right, drives forward. He comes back onto his left side now, then plays a great ball to Brahima Diarra. Brahima, oh, it's a poor effort from Brahima in the end. He's better than that, got better quality, but really positive play from John Russell in midfield there. Drove Town forward, unselfishly gave it to Diarra, but Diarra's curler way off target, unfortunately. Good win back there from Town in midfield, and Ben Jackson gets it to Orlando Aarons, who plays it off Watt for a throw-in on that far side. Town have been in the ascendancy, had most of the possession, but that Cooper strike just shows that it's all to play for here when there's just a goal in it. It's still early in the game as well. We're about a quarter of the way through the first 90 minutes. Hopefully that's all we need tonight. It's a good 3 hours up the road from Tame to Huddersfield. Jackson again. Poor pass again from Ben Jackson. It's second in a row, unlike Ben. Gives possession back to the goal scorer Cooper, and then Nosakari. Watt tries to drill it forward, but gives it straight to Ben Jackson, who will look to settle on the ball this time and does well. Just comes back and gives it to Naz Kaboosh. Kaboosh into Sinani. It was a tough ball to control. He gets a little bit lucky there, Sinani, but John Russell with a little Cruyff there trying to roll free of his man. He's got a man on his back though, and he pokes one in towards Cian Harrott, and the centre-back does just enough to get the ball away from Cian, and it's a throw into Oxford. Good play, James Golding there, the Oxford centre-back. John Russell looking lively in midfield though, of course. Only his third appearance in Town colours since joining the B team ranks. Still getting up to fitness after a bit of a lack of a pre-season, to be honest, after he left Chelsea at the end of last year. Here is Russell. He tries to clip the ball back down the line, but gets too much angle on that one, and it's out for an Oxford throw-in again. Throwing down the line, Brodie Spencer returns it. Alecci with the second header, and then Naz Caboose just leans into the striker. It could have been a foul, but Jackson clips it forward. Here's Russell, he's got a man on his back again, uses his big frame to hold the man off there, John Russell. Really good strength from the midfielder. And then hacks a quick one over to Jaheim Headley on the left-hand side. Headley into Rolando Aarons. He's looking for options here, Rolando. He's just had the ball nicked off him from behind, unfortunately, but Jackson on hand again to sweep up, and he gives it to Jaheim Headley. And Headley, lovely little flick round the corner to Rolando Aarons, which just rolled out, unfortunately. Nice idea from Jaheim. Hard to tell whether the ball's gone out or stayed in on the far side of that pitch, but the assistant obviously well placed to make that judgment. Interesting player, Jaheim Headley. He's definitely found his home at left back now. Came to Town, played on the wing, played central midfield as well. It's only the academy coaches thinking his skill set suits left back that's landed him there, and he certainly does suit left back as well. Town have got quite a few good left backs in the academy. Shane Marodza on the bench tonight, who's a bit younger than Jaheim, of course. Luke Daly, who's had a couple of injury issues of late, but is a very good left back in the academy ranks. Good battling stuff from Cian Harrott there, and Diarra now finds Sinani, the second goal scorer for Town. Sinani comes onto his favoured left. Alecci does really well, actually, the left back. He nicks the ball off the first team man and then wins his side a throw-in. Good play from Michael Alecci, gets a round of applause from his teammates there. Decent enough crowd in attendance here tonight at Tame as well. A few bodies coming to see the United youngsters and Town's youngsters, of course, as Jackson clears towards the camera, and it's a scary moment for Alex there, but he's recovered, our cameraman, guarding his equipment with his life. Throw into Oxford. Game's just become a bit scrappy here in the last few minutes as Ben Midgley clears the ball down the tunnel. It has to be retrieved for a second, but another throw-in for Alecci to take here, and he goes down the line this time. It's a good one. Naz Caboose gets his boot in front, and then Brodie Spencer hooks it forward. Cian Harrott's going to get there first. Uses his body pretty well there, Cian, and then back heels it into Ben Midgley. Good play there from Cian Harrott to keep Town in possession. Ben Jackson drives forward here, and it's a good tackle there from the number 9 who wins the ball. He does really well there, and now Oxford can break again here, and it's Naz Caboose with a good sliding tackle as well. Diarra on hand to win the ball back. Good play, Naz Caboose there, the centre half. John Russell just settles on it here to make Town get the shape back, and Ben Jackson just feeling his ankle there after that tackle, actually, as Midgley spreads it right to Brodie Spencer. Spencer not a lot to aim for in front of him, unfortunately, so he goes back to Caboose. Naz is from London. He's got a bit of Algerian heritage as well. Naz, fantastic crossfield pass to Jaheim Headley, who tries to pop it first time to Aarons, who uses his body well to keep in possession there. Here's Russell again, and Russell and Aarons try and exchange passes, but it's bobbles around and it's cleared by Oxford. Caboose wins the header again, so it's Town back in possession. He's had a good start to the game, Naz Caboose, tonight. Here's Headley. Oxford quite deep here at the moment, barring the striker. Good play from Headley and Rolando Aarons here, and Jaheim's in field again here, the left back, and he's going to take aim and shoot, and he drags it wide, or it does take a deflection off a defender, so it's going to be a Town corner again. Good play from Jaheim Headley there. He's quite keen to get forward whenever he can. He drifted off the left side there. See Ben Midgley just coming across here to take this set piece again. Former Blackburn Rovers Academy Ben Midgley. He's from Murfield, as we said. Just watch Ben Jackson here, because he's pulled out to this near side. I think this might be a set-piece routine here, because Ben's taken an unusual position, and in fact here is Ben Jackson charging forward. He's going to get room for the shot here, Ben, and he does shoot, and it's well blocked actually by the Oxford defender. It's Jaheim Headley actually, who just does enough to force Josh Johnson to keep the ball out for a throwing. Inventive set-piece there from Ben Jackson, just came and stood on this touchline, then charged forward to get the ball. We know Ben can hit them, we've seen that already tonight, but good defending from Oxford, putting bodies on the line there. Naz Caboose just looking for an option down the line, and Sinani's trying to pin the left back, does pretty well there, Donnell, and hooks the ball back to Ben Midgley. Here's Brahima Diarra, rolls beautifully, tries to poke the ball into the run of Rolando Aarons, but overplays it. Just approaching the half-hour mark here. If you are joining us late on HGTV, it is Premier League Cup action between Oxford United and Huddersfield Town tonight. It is Oxford 1, Huddersfield Town 2. As we stand, coming into the half-hour, and it's goals from that man on the ball there, Ben Midgley, and Donnell Sinani put Town 2 ahead before Oxford's Joel Cooper scored a great goal to get his side back within a goal. Town needs to be careful here as Bilokovic moves forward, and it's not good from Nick, and he's had a big old swipe at this one, and this is a disaster, but Naz Caboose with a header off the line there, and Bilokovic gets away with one. Horrible pass from Nick straight to Oxford in the edge of the D, and fair play to Naz Caboose, the centre-back, who got back on the line to head the ball clear with Bilokovic absolutely stranded there. Got that one all wrong, Nick, and we know he's generally quite good on the ball, Nick, but he got that completely wrong there, trying to find a man through the middle, and big let-off there for Town, you have to say. Well done, Naz Caboose, for getting back and saving his side. Here is Caboose, he clips another one into Sinani, who's isolating Alecci again, and he's going to win a free kick. Really sensible, clever play there from Sinani, and good ball in from Caboose again, who's had an excellent start to this game. Probably wouldn't have started tonight, Naz Caboose. You think Tom Lees was penciled in to start tonight and get more minutes, but obviously called into the first team at late notice when Matty Pearson fell ill in the warm-up last night, so Caboose starting, and he's going to try and find Rolando Aarons again, but well positioned there, Ben Watt, the right back, to stop that crossfield ball, and good play from Cooper, although Headley gets back at him and concedes the throw-in. Naz Caboose has played a bit of defensive midfield as well. He's good on the ball, the centre-back, generally. I think centre-back will be his position in due course. He's just got such a frame, he kind of warrants it, really. Here's Aarons again. He's got 2 men for company, Rolando. Sure, it's great for these Oxford youngsters to be up against someone like Rolando Aarons. Of course, loads of Premier League experience, Rolando. Good to see him coming back from his knee injury. John Russell here, who's just pokes it back to Jackson and receives a return pass. Very calm on the ball, John, as you'd expect from someone who was schooled at Chelsea. Good ball into midfield, but it bobbles up. Great strength, Brodie Spencer, although it's well followed up there by Oxford, and this is a real opportunity here, and it's a poor finish in the end, actually, you have to say. It's runs across Adam Smith onto his left, and I'm guessing from that effort is a right-sided player, because it looks a little bit uncomfortable as he took the shot. Naz Caboose again over to try and narrow the angle. Good tenacious play in midfield though from Oxford. I think it was Elijah Coe again who won the ball back for his side. Bilokovic with a great driven pass into Cian Harrott, who's got 2 men for company, and he's given good play on there from the ref, although then he doesn't give anything when Russell wins the ball back, and Russell's got Headley on his outside, and he does use Jaheim here on the left-hand side. Jaheim into the penalty area, flicks it into Cian Harrott, who gets onto his favoured left side, shoots, and it's a great finish from Cian Harrott there. Fantastic stuff there from John Russell and Jaheim Headley to set Town up, and don't let Cian on his left side is the clue there, and his snapshot away, that's what Cian Harrott's all about. Fantastic finish into the bottom corner to restore Town's 2-goal lead here in the 33rd minute. Oxford United 1, Huddersfield Town 3. We said Cian was back in goal scoring form. I think that's good evidence of it. His family's here tonight as well. His father's down on the right hand side with, I believe, his granddad. I'm sure he'll be delighted to have made that journey just for that finish. Great striker's goal there from Cian. Gets onto his left side, doesn't need a second invitation, just drives it low into the bottom corner. Seen some great goals here tonight, you have to say, already in the first 33 minutes. All 4 goals have been really high quality finishes. Town in the goals so far, great to see. John Russell having a good game as well, driving forward. Jaheim Headley with the assist. Jaheim then just bundles over Cooper a bit late there, so free kick to Oxford United. Cooper not best pleased with that challenge, and rightly so. It was a bit agricultural from Jaheim. Oxford really try and play like Town. It's good to see. Sticking to the principles despite falling behind. Really trying to play football here, as the first team do under Carl Robertson, of course. And that's a great ball into Cooper, who's got too much space in behind the Town midfield there. And now this is a real chance for them. And cross is a little bit behind the targets in the area, so Sinani's going to race across and try and keep this in. He's got Diarra down the line. Diarra's got Johnson for company. Good feet from Brahima Diarra, although the second Alecci, that's definitely rolled out, but the referee has to give it because the linesman's fallen asleep on the far side, but that's fine. To be fair to the assistant, there were probably men in the way. Definitely rolled out, though. It's right in front of the camera position here. Here's Naz Kaboosh, who drives forward again, and Kaboosh steps inside nicely, and he's going to keep going here, Naz, and he's poked the ball through brilliantly to Kian Harrott, who then finds Sinani, and Sinani's running behind here. He's got Aarons inside, but it's good defending there from the centre-back. Golding does really well to snuff out that, because that was a dangerous situation there for Oxford. Sinani goes all the way back to Brahima Diarra, actually. Great play again from Kaboosh early on there. He rode the challenge of about 3 men. Still up the field, Naz Kaboosh actually needs to get back into centre-back, although Brodie Spencer's going to cover for him as Town keep on the attack. And here's Ben Jackson, the skipper. John Russell now, the midfielder, just settling on the ball. He's going to try and find Headley, and he does, and Headley rolls it into Aarons, and it's found its way to Russell, whether it has been tended to or not. Here's John Russell again, just settling on the ball. Town just taking the time in possession here, and Russell tries a elaborate backheel. Cooper reads it well, and it's out for a throw-in. There was a real opportunity there when Sinani got in round the back from Harrott's through ball, but good defending from Golding. Town still in possession here. Brodie Spencer wants it out on this right-hand side, but Midgley is clipped pretty late there by Coe. Painful one for Ben, but he's definitely, well, he's just rolling onto his back here now as Jackson just settles on the ball. 10 minutes left of this first half here on HGTV. Thanks for joining us again. Second successive night of football after Town's championship first win of the season against Preston North End. Not a glamorous game by any stretch, but we'll take the win, that's for sure. Big improvements can be made, and that's Cooper probably getting his own back for Jaheim Headley's earlier foul on him. Going to be a free kick to Town on this left-hand side here. Midgley thought about taking it quickly. Jaheim Headley not the one to mess with, is my advice for Cooper. Pretty tough customer, Jaheim. He did feel that one, though. Midgley's going to settle on this. All the big men forward here. Kaboosh on the back post. John Russell, of course, a huge figure. Diarra good in the air as well. Ball's drifted in there. He's towards Brahim. It's actually hit Naz Kaboosh on the back in the end and rolled through to goalkeeper Eddie Breary. And Oxford restart with the short one. Here's Alecci. Back to Golding. The centre-back steps forward. He's got Diarra for company, so he rolls it right to Nosakari, who likes to drive forward the ball, the centre-back, and that's a good ball into the channel. Good pace, Jaheim Headley, who just muscles his way past Watt. Watt's done really well, though, in response to get his body between Headley and the ball to stop Jaheim from getting out. And now Cooper, the goal scorer again. First team experience, Cooper, of course, and he does well there, uses his body, gets the ball out to Johnson on this left side. Here's Alecci again, who's going to try and run Daniel Sinani here, and he does well there, just muscles. Oh, that's an absolutely pathetic attempt at getting a penalty from Alecci there, and the referee well positioned to see through that one. Good play from John Russell just to set the ball, and Town have played their way out of that corner well there, and now Midgley is the furthest forward as Diarra. Good play, Ben Midgley, who skips past the challenge of Coe, and he crosses, tries to find one of the two men in the box. Now John Russell drives it low, and it's a good save from Breary. Town worked their way out well there from that right back position to get on the attack, with Midgley doing particularly well, but his cross was just too far for the men in the area. And now Oxford come back, and it's Cooper who pushes it, and now here is the skipper, Chambers Parallon. Alecci, who definitely tried to win a penalty for his side earlier, went down pretty transparently, but he's no harm done, I suppose. Oxford in possession here, and it's good play into Johnson here, who made his debut for Oxford's first team the other day in the Carabao Cup. Clipped the ball forward, attempted for Cooper's infield run, rolls through to Belokovic though. Blocker-pitch into Jackson. He's got Headley on his left, but instead Ben just comes in field and he's going to drive through the heart of the Oxford side. Does really well there, Ben. Good mobile player, real athleticism. And it's a good ball out from Diarra to Aarons as well. Aarons has got Jaheim Headley on his outside if he wants it. He gives it to Diarra instead, and Diarra looks to bend the shot, gets the ball back. The second, here's Jaheim Headley, clips it into Cian Harrott, who's going to look for another goal. No chance Cian passes there, and it's he's going to be offside, because I think it did hit Diarra there, who had gone beyond Harrott for a second. Nice interplay in the box there from Town, but as soon as Cian Harrott gets it, there's no chances of a pass coming. Cian will look to score at every opportunity. Definitely not a bad trait to have. Suspect we will see Town changes as the game enters the second half. We don't expect to see Aarons and Sinani play much more than 45 to 60 minutes tonight as they make their way back to fitness. The opportunities for others on the bench. Connor Shanks on the bench tonight, a relative newcomer to Town's academy. Signed last week with another one of the Town subs, the sub-keeper, Max Durnley. Ball forward from Oxford here, and it's Cooper as well. On the ball again, the goal scorer. He's got Caboose for company, comes inside onto his left, but Naz does well. It's good feet though from Cooper, and he's going to take aim again. Well blocked by Ben Midgley, and it rolls through to Blocker-pitch. Good defending from the midfielder there. Blocker-pitch just going to take his time, settle on the ball, draw the striker in, and throw the ball out to Brodie Spencer, the right back. He's got Russell and Sinani ahead of him. He solid low pass into Donnell. And Midgley tries to roll it to Spencer, but it's cut out. Great play, Brodie Spencer. Tenacious stuff there to dispossess. Shouts here from Carl Robinson, the Oxford first team manager, just shouting a few instructions to some of his younger chargers. Oxford have the ball back here through Alecci, and Alecci will try go on the outside again. He's an athletic player, Alecci, and he draws a pretty crude tackle from Spencer, so it's going to be a free kick in a dangerous position to Oxford out on this near side of the camera position. Got about 5 minutes of the half remaining. He's good on the ball. Alecci has seen drive forward to good effect on a couple of occasions towards the latter end of this half, and this is a dangerous free kick here for Town to defend. Cooper, the goal scorer, is over, so is the captain, Chambers Parallon. Cooper, one of the players more involved for Oxford this half for sure. He scored a great goal, Oxford's only goal of the game, to get Oxford on the score sheet here. Referee Mr. Rushton just marking out the 10 yards. It's Aarons and Sinani, the two first teamers in the defensive wall here. And it's a opportunity for Oxford to narrow the gap once again here. Miles Bright warming up on the far side for the Terriers. He might be a half-time change. Great ball into the box, and actually that was, I think, Ben Jackson that headed the ball narrowly over his own crossbar there, so it's going to be a corner to the hosts, Oxford United. It's going to be Cooper again, whose delivery was excellent there, you have to say. He's going to take this corner on this near side. I'm just going to lean backwards in case I'm in the shot of the camera. Yeah, Miles Bright, the midfielder, warming up pretty stringently over there on the far side. I believe Orlando Aarons may be the first sub tonight on half-time. We will see, of course, during the interval. Town still with work to do here as Cooper swings the ball in. It's a good ball in, it skids through, and it might be Sinani that gets on that one, but Code as well, the young midfielder, just gets a toe on that, and then equally the centre-back does well, and he swings the ball into the box, and it's going to find its way to Cooper on the far side. There's a shout for offside, but he's kept himself onside here, the winger, and Jaheim Headley, the left-back. Great ball in, and it's a good header again from Naz Caboose, who's had a really good game, and then Cooper just shoves Aarons as he looks to clear it, so it's a pressure relief for Town there. Experienced stuff from Orlando Aarons. Might have known that challenge was coming, just got his body in the way, went down when he felt the touch. About 3 minutes of this half left. If you did miss the little pre-match build-up we had, this is a Premier League Cup qualifier. The winner of tonight, and there has to be a winner this evening, whether it takes normal time, extra time or penalties, goes into the group stage. Newcastle United, Birmingham City and Watford, the other three teams in the group that this qualifier is for. So real high quality of games for whoever is the winner tonight, and currently it's Town in the ascendancy, 3-1 up as we enter the 43rd minute, and Blocker-pitch sends a big looping one towards Orlando Aarons, and Cian Harrott does really well, reads that and flicks it inside to Diarra. Diarra's just probably overplayed that one for Cian there, and it's just going to roll out for a throw-in right in the far corner. Alert play from Cian Harrott, who's got his goal already tonight, Cian, the 19-year-old. We've kept Oxford in that far corner here, so Alecci, the left-back's going to have to throw this one probably down the line, you would think. Well, it does. Brodie Spencer with a great climb and a great win, and then Harrott knocks it down towards John Russell. Good defending though from Johnson. Naz Caboose with a great header again, and Spencer is dispossessed there by the Oxford man, goes down again under a tackle there. That's good play from Alecci, but Caboose does just enough just to flick the ball out for a throw-in on halfway. Real strong runner on the ball, Alecci, you have to say, and then Brodie Spencer just sticks his body in the way and shuts it down, but Town got a bit unlucky there because Jackson's ball cannons off Spencer. Thankfully Jaheim Headley's cut inside to cut out that ball as Oxford try and play it forward. Great ball from Headley into John Russell's forward run, although John has the ball nicked off him from Johnson, who's been good in midfield for Oxford actually. Josh Johnson, the former Fulham Academy man. Town just happy to sit in this mid-block here to see out the half as the 3-1 up. Oxford fans on this near side getting a little bit frustrated the ball didn't come early. Town's defensive line a bit all over the shop here as Jaheim Headley reads that like a book though, Jaheim, and unfortunately it's just going to be... Oh no, he has kept it in on that far side, and Midgley clips it down the line towards Cian Harrott. Cleared up by Nosakari. Ben Watt does well again there ahead of Sinani, just clips the ball in, although referee's going to give a free kick there. Sinani just had his hands on Watt, the right back. Good ball into midfield there, and it's a good position from Osei inside to collect that ball. He's rode 2 challenges as well, Osei, and it's a good ball. Attempting to find... I think Spencer definitely had a hold of the shirt there. It's probably on the referee's blind side, so Town get away with one, and the ball is rolled into John Russell, who just needs to keep possession of it here for Town, and Jackson's under pressure. Sensibly goes back to Balokovic there, under pretty heavy pressure from Adam Smith, the striker, and Balokovic takes no chances, drives the ball forward. Brima Diarra is the man to get the ball. Great ball from Brima Diarra into Orlando Aarons here. Aarons onto his left foot, takes the shot. I think it's come off the defender. If not, it was a pretty terrible effort. But yeah, I think it's going to be a corner to Town just as we come out to the end of this half. We are now in added time. Great ball forward from Diarra to find Aarons, but defender does well enough there, deflects the shot wide. Ben Midgley taking his time over getting across to take this corner here. It might be the last action of this first half. We'll be back for the second half. We'll have a little break during the interval, of course, as well. So hopefully you'll join us for the second half. If you can't watch this game, there are live updates on Twitter at HTAFC Academy, all one word. See if Town can find a fourth to really top off what's been a good first half here. Midgley got plenty to aim for in the box here. Russell, Harrott, Caboose, Brodie Spencer, all forward here. Ball in towards the near post. It's flicked on by Cian Harrott, but he just got too far past the front post. I'm pretty surprised we're still playing here because I can't remember any injuries or anything during the game, but we are now into the second minute of added time at the end of this first half. Perhaps it's for the goals. I think there was one bit of treatment, to be fair, for an Oxford man, and it's that man Cooper again who Ben Jackson... Oh, referee, I'm not so sure about that. In fact, well, fair enough, Ben Jackson doesn't complain. Cooper clever enough just to get his body in the way. Being pretty pernickety over where this free kick is taken from. Here's Coe on the ball again. Likes to get on the ball, Elijah Coe. Nice little footballer. It's clipped forward, and Caboose wins another header. Not his first of the night from Naz Caboose, and then clips the ball brilliantly into Diarra again. Good defensive play there, but that's the end of an entertaining first half here at the ASM Stadium. It is Oxford United 1, Huddersfield Town 3 after 45 minutes in this Premier League Cup game. Join us again on HTTV for the second half, and hopefully we'll see an equally exciting 45 minutes to bring you. Thanks for joining us. Hi everyone and welcome back for the second half of tonight's Premier League Cup qualifier between Oxford United and Huddersfield Town. Just seeing the U's come out for the second half. I believe there is going to be one change at the interval. The number 12, Gatlin O'Donkor, is stripped and ready to come on the far side. Just trying to figure out who he might be coming on for. Can't quite make it out at the moment. Sure, all will become clear in due course. Still waiting for the Town to make their way out of the changing room. They are now coming on this far side, as you can see. Cian Harrott, one of Town's 3 goal scorers so far, leading the Terriers out, along with Ben Midgley. Town are 3-1 up in tonight's Premier League Cup qualifier after 45 minutes, if you are just joining us. Goals from Ben Jackson, a fabulous Dan El-Sanani strike, and striker Cian Harrott. Giving Town the lead. Joel Cooper, the Oxford goal scorer, to make it 2-1 at the time. Premier League Cup, if you are just joining, is an important competition for the B team group. It's one that will get them a fairly good quality of games. The winner of tonight's qualifier goes through to a 4-team group alongside Newcastle United, Watford and Birmingham City. It's a game that Town use the academy games to often work on different things, try out things that they've been working on in training specifically. It might not be the best thing to try and win the game on that night, but there's nothing like live practice against an opponent, so results not always at the forefront of the goals for Town's academy teams. Obviously, you always want to win, of course, but these 3 games this week that we've been playing, the Clarets Cup game for the Under-19 group last night, tonight's B-team game against Oxford, and also the Under-17s at Mansfield on Saturday in the Youth Alliance Cup games that we are targeting to win. And it's been a good 45 minutes in that regard so far. Town 3-1 to the good. There has been a Town change at half-time. It is a pre-planned one. Dan El-Sanani has come off 45 minutes. In the books for Danel as he recovers from that small thigh injury that kept him out against Fulham on Saturday. Miles Bright, the 18-year-old, is on the far side. The first change for Town. Just trying to figure out who the Oxford United sub is on for as well. Can't quite figure that one out yet, so I'll try and... In fact, here comes the board, so that will give me a big clue, and it is the number 7, Derek Osei-Yord, that's come off for Oxford, and number 12, Gatlin O'Donkor, that's on. So we are moments away from getting underway here. Town will kick off through Cian Harrott, kicking right to left in the blue and white stripes, of course. Oxford United are hosts here at the ASM Stadium, home of Terriers United. They've been really good hosts tonight, so thank you to those guys in the traditional Oxford yellow. We are just having to do the subs properly here, being a Premier League Cup game. So there's the indication. Dan El-Sanani off after that goal in the first 45 minutes. Miles Bright has come on. Referee tonight is Matthew Rushton, just checking his whistle, and Cian Harrott gets us underway. And Ben Midgley drives one down the left-hand side. Jaheim Headley, the left-back, chasing after it. Rolando Aarons knocks it down, and now Town get it back through Midgley. Aarons is in front of Headley, but it goes back to Midgley, and Midgley goes in field to Naz Kaboosh, who sees the press, takes no chances, and he's given offside against Cian Harrott. I thought, bit of a shame that when I moved my vision across, he did look level, but no complaint from Cian, so free kick to Oxford United. It's going to be the midfielder Josh Johnson, who I thought had a decent first half. Johnson is driven forward by Oxford, and Jaheim Headley's got a man for company, then is falling as he gets his body in front of O'Donkor, and then O'Donkor completes the mission and shoves him over. Free kick to Town. It's left back Jaheim Headley that's fouled. Ben Midgley, the number 6, is going to take this. Takes most of Town's set pieces, of course, Ben. Knocks it back to Ben Jackson, tonight's skipper. It goes back to Balokovic, and Balokovic slams the ball out to Ben Jackson. Good touch there from Jacko, and now here's Ben Midgley, who can get the ball out to the right side. Naz Kaboosh, who was probably, for me, Town's standout performer in the first half, and it's a good ball again into the path of Brodie Spencer, the right back, the Northern Irishman. He's barged once, and then he has then fouled Alechi. I did think he's a bit unlucky there, because it did look like Brodie was actually fouled initially by the number 9, Adam Smith. The referee let play on, and then Alechi is a big figure at left back, just got his body in the way, and undoubtedly Spencer then did put his hands on the back of the defender. Oxford keen to get back underway, of course, but that ball is a pull out towards Smith, who appears to be on the left wing now. It seems like the substitute O'Donkor has gone up front. Ball rolled in, great roll from Brahima Diarra there, who just gets the wrong side. That's a foul. He's pulled back there by Johnson. It's going to be a free kick to Town. run around 25 yards out here, I would say, pretty central to goal. Cian Harrott not too pleased with that foul on Diarra. Diarra not best pleased either. Brahima having a few words with Cooper. Just encouraged to move away by Rolando Aarons, and it's going to be Ben Jackson. It might be just over 25 yards out actually, but that will not discourage Jacko. I suspect he will try and hit this. He can hit the ball hard, Ben Jackson. We saw that through his first goal on his right hand side tonight. Here is the town skipper. He steps up, bends one in off the post. What an absolutely fantastic goal. A second of the game for Ben Jackson to make it Oxford United 1, Huddersfield Town 4. Clinical free kick from the town skipper there. The 20-year-old just stepped up very casually on his left foot and absolutely hammered the curler around the wall off the inside of the goalkeeper's right hand post. Keeper couldn't really do much about it. It was about as accurate as you can get, in off the inside of the post into the net. It's a fantastic start, just 3 minutes into the second half, and Town now 4-1 up in this Premier League Cup qualifier. We said before, Jacko, barring Sinani and Aarons, the genuine first teamers, Jacko's probably the most experienced of the Town players out on display here tonight. He's played 3 times for Town's first team last season, of course, and had loan spells at Stockport County and at Bolton Wanderers as well, Jacko, to get senior experience. He's a good player, versatile player, Ben Jackson. Great win by Brahima Diarra there, and Oxford do well to pick up the second ball. John Russell just tries to win it back, but Smith rides the challenge and knocks it back to Nosakari. Here is Ben Watt. He's got Miles Bright for company, but Watt does well, steps inside, now drives forward there. It's good play from Watt, the right back, and he's gone on to collect that. Ben Jackson then gets out, plays it off Watt, and he's going to win the throw-in. Good defending there from Jackson. Back to the bread and butter. He's on a hat-trick now, Ben Jackson. Not bad from centre-back. 2 fantastic goals tonight, one off his right foot, one off his left. Just needs the header to complete the perfect trilogy, and poor throw-in from Jaheim Headley there. He's trying to throw it onto the volley for Jackson and dropped it well short, so it's going to be a throw into Oxford high up the pitch. We're just waiting here. I think there's going to be a second substitute, a pretty quick fire second sub for the home side. I think that's the end of Elijah Coe's night, the number 10. He's just making his way over to that far side. Sub at half time, and now a very quick second sub, so it does make you think there might be an issue with Coe. Hopefully he's okay. Can't tell who it is coming on, I'm afraid. I'm not familiar enough with Oxford's players. Looking at my colleague from Oxford, a similar look. There's the number 15, Mac Masters, who's coming on tonight for Oxford United as the second sub. It's a long way over to that far side of the Connect stand, as it's called. Oxford take the throw in, and it's right on the dead ball line here, and it's Watt, the number 2, flicks a good ball inside, but Midgley tries to turn on it, and now here's Miles Bright with his first touch of the game, the all-action midfielder. Brahima Diarra has got 3 men for company, Brahima, but that will discourage him. He rolls inside, fantastic feet from Brahima. He just keeps going. He's tried to Cruyff on that. Now John Russell picks up possession. Russell just keeps it there. He had Smith for company for a second, but John just settles on the ball, gives it to Miles Bright again. It was initial drive, got Town out of their own half. Miles comes inside, then he's fouled. That's in the... Well, it looked to me like he was fouled, but referee not interested, and Cooper comes away with it. Miles Bright tries to go around Midgley there, Cooper, and then shoved over by Midgley. Sensible play from Cooper. The veteran. Interesting one, that. Miles Bright did look to be caught in the box to me, but... everyone looked at the ref. Referee wasn't interested, just laughed and shook his head. Great run forward from Diarra, though, initially. He's so good to watch when he gets on a run like that, Brahima. He's got unusual body strength for a man of his stature. Good feet, too. Good clip forward by Watt there, trying to find the striker, but Bilokovic does well, comes out, and Caboose keeps the striker away from the goalkeeper. Now here's Ben Jackson. Oxford trying to press, and Jackson drives it forward towards Miles Bright. Bright controls it on his neck. Comes inside. He's got Diarra for company on the inside. He's going to try and poke it through, but Watt's done well again. He's had a decent game tonight, Watt. He's a tenacious defender, real athletic player as well. Watt and Cooper on this right side, probably Oxford's best players for me, along with Johnson in the middle. Keeper drives a long ball out. Great knockout to Smith, actually, on the left-hand side. Really good stuff from the goalkeeper. Brodie Spencer gives away a free kick there, just trips Smith as he tries to check backwards. Right in front of John Worthington, the Town B-team coach. He's got our under-17 coach, George Danaher, for company tonight. Good position in Jaheim Headley to cut out that ball intended for Cooper. Now Jaheim's given space to drive forward, gives it to Miles Bright. Bright goes back to Ben Jackson on his favoured left. Jackson, ball into Jaheim Headley, and then Ben Watt rather throws his body at the ball, but without much success there. Now here's Ben Midgley, who's got space to drive into towards halfway. Midgley tries to drift one out towards Rolando Aarons. Great ball for the former Newcastle winger. Aarons is then crumpled to the floor by Alecci, so it's a free kick to Town out on that far right. Don't think we'll see too much more of Rolando Aarons here tonight. I think he'll probably play around an hour. We're now 8 minutes into the second half. Would be no surprise to see one of Town's subs come on for him relatively soon. A few options for John Worthington to pick from on the midfield. Donny O'Brien-Brady, the 17-year-old, can play out there. Connor Shanks, wouldn't be surprised to see him play out there, the 19-year-old either. They are the two players warming up. In fact, Rolando Aarons just asked for the physio here, so hopefully this is nothing too serious, and it does look like that might be no precautions taken. I believe that's Shane Marodza that's getting talked through the set pieces by goalkeeping coach Neil Bennett. If it is Shane, he's a defender by trade. He's a left-sided centre-half or left-back, so that might mean that Jaheim Headley pops forward. If Shane goes into left-back, we will see in due course. Hopefully Rolando, it's just a case of cramp. It does look to be getting stretched out by a member of Town's medical staff there, so it doesn't look too serious, you have to say. Pretty sure that is Marodza that's on the far side getting taught through the set pieces, so we will see shortly. It's going to be a free kick to Town when Aarons is off the pitch. If you are just joining us again for the second half, it is now Oxford 1, Huddersfield Town 4. Ben Jackson with his second of the game has given Town a 3-goal lead here. Rolando Aarons does look like he might come back on here. He is waiting to come back on the pitch. It's going to be a Town free kick beforehand, and I believe that's Ben Midgley again, the midfielder, over the ball here. He's going to hit an in-swinging delivery. He's got Kaboosh on the back post. Russell there too. Harrott and Diarra all around the box, and it is in towards Diarra. Diarra just flicks a foot at it and does manage to control it. Puts it back to Naz Kaboosh. The centre-back tries a curler, and it requires Breary to dive low to his right-hand side to collect that one. Not your typical centre-back's finish if that one goes in, but Naz not your typical centre-back. Here is Nosakari, just given space to just move forward, and it's dropped into midfield. Returned to him by Johnson. Nosakari again is looking for a crossfield here, I think. It's way too straight, and Brodie Spencer pushes the goalkeeper away. He's going to try and hook that round Smith, but he's just hooked it out of play in the end. He does apologise to Belokovic there, I think. Oxford with a throw-in midway inside the Town half. Diarra nicks the ball off Chambers' parallel, but it goes out for a throw-in. Looks like Rolando Aarons is okay to continue for now. He's back on the pitch, and Marodza's just been waved away from the bench, so good to see. Important for Rolando to get those minutes under the belt after such a long layoff through pre-season with that knee problem. Cian Harrott charging after that ball there, but it's a good ball out to Watt, the right back. Watt looks to drive in field again, and he gives it to Cooper. Cooper drives the ball through the middle of the pitch. Not sure what he was looking for there, but certainly that wasn't what was intended. I think he was trying to cross field pass to Smith there, but he's just driven it straight out of play for a goal kick to Town. John Worthington now speaking to Marodza, so I think that next change is imminent here. Here's Belokovic to Ben Jackson, and Jackson will step out again from defence and roll a good ball into Jaheim Headley's path as Town cross halfway. Good play from Jackson again. He's got Miles Bright inside him, and he just push it into Miles Bright there. Good surge, change of pace there from Miles, and he gives it back to Headley. Headley, low ball, driven towards Harrott, but it's cleared at the near post by Golding. And now Oxford can come away on their own attack, and Town scramble back. Good ball in field there to Johnson, and Johnson with a great ball out to the left-hand side for Smith, who's got the left-back Alecci for company, and now Jackson's had to go out there, and I think that's going to... Town, it's a corner in the end. Jackson felt he didn't touch the ball. He did well there just to shepherd Alecci away from goal. It is going to be a corner, though, to Oxford. A chance for them to register a goal in the second half here. Good break from Oxford after the Town attack broke down there. That low cross cleared, and then they quickly on the attack. Alecci, the left-back, made up a lot of ground to get up the field, but Jackson did his job defensively. Now Cooper the winger across to take this set piece. Takes no time over it. Swings it in. Brahima Diarra wins the ball above the centre back there. Really good stuff from Brahima. Oxford keep it alive though, and driven in, and Nazkabouche with a big header, and Town now with a chance to get the defensive line out. Watt, the right back, picks it up and then tries to drive one in behind. I'm not totally sure that's where he intended it, but it's ended up with the winger Cooper, and now Brodie Spencer just needs to be careful. That is a free kick to Oxford. Little clumsy challenge there from Brodie. Cooper, I think, is asking for the penalty, but the referee's saying free kick, and I think that will be the end of Rolando Aarons this evening. It is, in fact, and it is Shane Marodza who's going to come on in his place. Shane, a relative newcomer to the Town Academy. He's only 17. Joined us from Leicester City's academy in October 2020. Shane is not a winger, so that will certainly be either change of shape or the personnel will switch around here. We've got a free kick to defend first in a really dangerous position here, Town, so just need to get Marodza to pick up his man. Had a really good game in the Youth Cup last season against Newcastle, actually. Played left back as a 16-year-old, did magnificently in that penalty shootout loss. Now here's the Oxford free kick. It's swung into the box. It's a good header there by, I think it was Jaheim Headley who got the head on that one, the left back. Now, it's a free kick again. Diarra fouls the Oxford man twice. Another dangerous free kick for Town to defend. I think it was Mac Masters that went down there, so it's going to be a free kick to Oxford. And it's keeping Cooper busy. He's sprinting from one side of the pitch to the other to take this set piece. Good deliveries so far from him. It'll be a dangerous in-swinger here on this occasion, and Town just trying to get the defensive shape right. Marodza's in the wall with Miles Bright, the two subs. Town just need to defend this. Cian Harrett's the front post sweeper. It goes in and Cian Harrett volleys it away. Well, good connection from Cian there. Whipped ball this time from Cooper, but not enough height on it. Now we can see what Town are doing. In fact, Marodza does look like he's going to line up on the left wing, to be fair, so bit of a change here for Shane. Miles Bright's now over on the right-hand side. Jaheim Headley has got Cooper for company, and Jaheim does well, just gets his body in the way and just shoves Cooper out of the way there. And now Town just need to be careful here not to mess around with it, and it's a goal kick there. Got a little bit lucky there as O'Donkor was trying to win the ball back in a dangerous position. So Rolando Aarons just making his way back to the changing room. A good 60 minutes for Orlando tonight. Town quickly get it underway with Kaboosh. Kaboosh, good ball again into Spencer's path. He's got Smith for company, and Smith dives at Spencer. Now Spencer's going to try and run Alecci again, and it's another good defensive challenge from Alecci, the athletic left back. Brodie Spencer's going to make the point again that he thought he was fouled by Smith. Ref let play on, and Alecci sped alongside the 17-year-old to win the ball back. Oxford quickly get the ball moving, trying to find a way back into this tie. Ben Watt, good ball down the line again from Watt into the Oxford captain. Good feet, and now Watt's got the ball back, and he's got there before Ben Jackson. He's got real pace on him as Ben Watt. He stole a march on Ben there, and Ben late to the ball, brought him down. It's another dangerous Oxford free kick here. Two fullbacks have got real athleticism for Oxford United tonight. Being two of the better attacking outlets at times. It's Cooper, the 11, and Chambers Parallon, the number 8, over this ball again. Nick Belokovic lining his defensive wall up, just opting for two. Brighton Marodza again. Cooper. It's going to be this time. Great ball and fantastic header from Nazkabouche again, who's been an absolute rock at centre-back tonight for Town. This is as good as I've seen Nazkabouche play. Now John Russell's nicked the ball back for his side, and he's sprinting down the right-hand side. Now here's Diarra, and it's definitely not what Brahima intended, and in fact Chambers Parallon has won it back and now launches another attack for Oxford. Steps inside Spencer. Town have got good bodies back there actually, and just delayed Johnson for a second, but he's done well, and the ball out to Smith. Town were looking for an offside. Kaboosh again with a fantastic block, the Town centre-back. Oxford really on the attack here though. It's a real sustained period of pressure from the home side. Ball played forward. That's a poor one there from Masters. He got that one all wrong, and it rolls through and relieves that pressure. Nazkabouche again with a few fantastic defensive blocks, headers, doing all the things you want to see from your centre-back. It's a really good, strong performance from the 19-year-old so far. never been in academy before. Naz just came from local football in London. Mass Elite Academy, a big private academy in London that looks to give players a chance at pro clubs who perhaps haven't been connected to a pro club before. Fantastic knock from Ben Jackson out to Miles Bright. Alecci's got his hands all over Miles, but it's found its way to Spencer instead. Now Caboose has got a man for company. Him and Spencer just need to be careful here, and Brodie takes no chances, goes back to the goalkeeper. And now here's Ben Jackson, the Town skipper. Oxford really pressing high at this stage now, and you can't blame them. And Town have to try and pick their way through this. And now Midgley rolled that into Diarra. He just lost his foot in Brahima there as the ball rolled into him. It's a good run forward again from Cooper. Cooper's going to try and go through the middle of the two Town men, and Diarra does trip him. So it's another free kick to Oxford around the edge of the box. Town can't keep giving these away. Floodlights on here now at Tame. We are just going to try and brighten things up a bit. It's pretty dark here in real life as well, actually, so we'll do our best for sure. 18 minutes into this second half, another Oxford free kick to defend for Town here. Cooper and Chambers parallel on the two set-piece takers, and another opportunity to swing a dangerous ball into the box. Town have defended them so far. Some big figures to aim for in the box for the U's. Cooper swings it in. That's a straight into the hands of Belokovic on this occasion. Poor ball from Cooper. Now Miles Bright free down the right for a second, but Belokovic feints that one and goes to the left. And now Town just could do with a spell of possession here as John Russell picks up the ball on the left touchline. Russell just settles things down, just drifts into the centre circle, plays the ball into Harrott. Harrott rolls nicely onto his left, and it's a good ball into Shane Marodza, who gets his first touch. Marodza's got Keane on his outside. Here's Keane Harrott. Harrott, the striker, tries to drive inside, rolls the ball back to Brahima Diarra on the edge. Brahima rolls a great ball into Jaheim Headley. Headley shoots just wide from Jaheim Headley. Good play there from Town. Really good combination between Marodza, Diarra, and several other Town players. Headley, a good source of goals for a left back. Just rolls that one wide, unfortunately. Town with a big press there, and the centre-back just steps away from Keane onto the chest of Smith. Marodza and Headley are the two there, and now referee gives a free kick as Marodza puts his arms on Smith. Jaheim Headley endearing himself to the Oxford players there by not volunteering the ball back on that free kick, and Oxford do get it underway. And here's Watt again, who's been good tonight. Ben Watt rolls a good ball into Golding, the centre-back, who clips a good ball forward to the left side. As I say, it's good ball, bad angle. Cooper there wins the ball from Miles Bright, then Miles fouls him, so it's another free kick. Strong player, Cooper, the diminutive winger. Here's Alecci, who's another powerful player, and he tries to roll that ball down the line, but Spencer and Naz Caboose, striker does well there, just gets his body between Caboose and the ball and goes down. So it's another free kick to Oxford. Naz Caboose doesn't agree with the decision, but it looked a foul from here. Good play from Odonkor, I think. He sensible forward play from there, felt the contact went down. It's another free kick to Oxford United. About another 25 minutes to go here, so still all to play for if there's another goal for Oxford. It is Oxford 1, Town 4 as things stand. Oxford have really had their best spell of the game in this last 10 minutes. Town dangerous on the break, but need to defend this again. It's swung in to the box. It's a deep ball, and I think that was the centre-back. Really good delivery by Chambers parallel, and I think it was Nosakari who got onto the header, but he's headed it into the floor rather from underneath the crossbar, and it's gone wide. So a bit of a let-off there from Town. He is a big player, the Oxford centre-back, a local lad as well. Again, Town could just do with the spell of possession here, and Jackson just bobbles one back to Belokovic rather unkindly, and Nick drives the ball long towards Keane Harrott, who makes it hard, and Russell can't stretch, but Marodza gets the ball back to Ben Midgley. Ben Jackson just tries an infield pass to Midgley, gets it wrong, and then fires the ball back to Belokovic, and Nick with very calmly strokes the ball into Ben Midgley, and Ben with a great pass into Brahima Diarra. Town have broke the press really well there. Diarra into Brodie Spencer, who's up the right back, up the right hand side. Diarra's got a man for company, just needs to be aware here, but Brahima drives forward. Checks back onto his right, rides the challenge well, and here's Miles Bright now in the centre of the pitch. Out to Marodza. Marodza into Jaheim Headley. Headley, the left back, just fires it into, finds Bright in space. Now here's Miles Bright. He's another London native, Miles. He joined town from Lambeth Tigers. Loses the ball on that occasion, however, and yeah, Jaheim Headley, good strength there from the Town left back, just gets his frame in the way, and now Town play it up nicely down the left hand side. Cian Harrott with the ball into Marodza's run on the left hand side. Shane just checks back, looks for some support, and Cian is just bumped in the back there, a bit of a soft one from the referee, but Marodza did feel the challenge from behind there. There is an injury for Oxford, or a bit of cramp on the far side here, so I think that's a Lecce. Just going to be a break in play here as his teammate Golding just stretches the leg out, and the physio is on here. Again, thanks for joining us on HGTV tonight. It's good to have you along as always. Just a few reminders whilst there's this break in play. Tickets for the first team Carabao Cup second round game against Everton are still on sale to season card holders and non-season card holders. If you are a season card holder, you've got until 10 AM tomorrow morning to reserve your seat. Buy your ticket for your regular season card seat. After 10 AM tomorrow, your seats go on general sale. £15 for adults and seniors, £5 for under 18s. So tickets online now at htfc.com/tickets. Town at Sheffield United at the weekend. Still tickets for that game online as well. Quick shout about the Worthington Walk as well. We have recently launched a fundraising walk in honour of Frank Worthington, of course, who was sadly lost last year. Been speaking to the Worthington family, and we're going to do a walk in Frank's honour around some of his clubs around Yorkshire. So we're walking from Ellen Road via Halifax Town, I think it is. It might be vice versa, forgive me. Finishing at the John Smith Stadium towards the end of the year. There's full information on htfc.com on there as well. It's in two charities benefiting from that, the Yorkshire Air Ambulance and the Alzheimer's Society, of course. Will be great to see a lot of Town fans and Leeds and Halifax fans on that walk as well to honour Frank. Just looks like Alecci's just going to make his way off on the far side there after that touch of cramp, so Oxford will defend this free kick without the big left back. Ben Midgley spotting the ball up, referee just making sure the wall is 10 yards away. Everyone in and around the box apart from Jaheim Headley here for both sides. 4 to aim for, 4 or 5 to aim for in the box for Town. Naz Caboose at the back post, the tallest figure on the pitch. It's rolled into the left, and Ben Jackson has tried to bend one inside the far post, I think, but just got too much elevation on that one. Jacko looking for his hat-trick, of course. Gets that one a bit wrong. It's the first one he has tonight, you have to say. There's a goal kick. Cian Harrott not happy there that no one's pressed that side, so Oxford allowed to advance a little bit into their own half, and then Ben Watt with a good touch again because he had Marodza chasing him down there. Really good drive forward from Watt, and it's free kicks. Marodza did drag him back there, you have to say. Johnson tries to take the free kick, but it's from nowhere near where it came from, so referee just pulls it back, and it's Masters who's going to spot the ball up. Smith looking for an inside run, but he goes short again to Golding. Sakari tries to find the striker, but Jackson's on his front foot again and tries to drive it forward, and now Ben Watt again doing really well there, and Jackson presses the ball still and blocks it out for a throw-in. Watt steals a few yards up the touchline here to take this throw-in. Watt throws a decent throw-in there to Golding, the centre-back, who takes it on his thigh. Rolls it out to the left-hand side to Alecci, who's recovered from that bout of cramp, the big left-back, and gives it to Cooper, the live-wire winger. Scored Oxford's goal earlier on, a really good finish across Bilocca pitch in the first half. Forward run from Alecci again. He's got a Spencer for company, and in fact, it's Diarra who does really well, shows really good strength there, Brahima, but Town have lost it again in that corner, and now the Oxford skipper rolls inside. It's a good run there from, and just needs to be careful. He's dragged down there. It is a foul from Caboose, so it's a very, very dangerous free kick right on the edge of the Town area inside the defensive D. Really good run forward from Chambers Parallon. It's his best passage of play tonight, you would say. There's another Oxford player down on the far side. It is Alechi again, who seems to be struggling after that earlier bout of cramp. It might signal the end of his evening as Oxford have another sub ready. Yeah, Alechi down again there. He's had a good game. Alechi certainly being an outlet going forward, a strong runner. But that might be him done, unfortunately. I'm just waiting for the officials' board to go up here. See who the third Oxford sub of the evening is. Yeah, and that is the end of Alechi's night, who makes his way off behind the goal, and it's number 16, Will Owens, who's coming on in place of him. Just running onto the pitch now, off camera to your left side, and it's going to be a really dangerous free kick that Cooper's going to strike once the referee gets play underway again. Town have got 4 in the wall. It's a big wall as well, with the likes of Caboose and Russell in there. So, task for Cooper to get it up and down from such short range. Let's see if he can do it. Cooper shoots and he drives it low instead into the far corner. And you have to say Oxford have deserved that. They've been good this second half and they've narrowed the deficit once again. Oxford United 2, Huddersfield Town B 4. Good strike from Cooper. It was a big ask to get that over Caboose and Russell and back down again, so he opted for the other one and went straight through the crowd of players into the other side that Milokovic couldn't get down to the ball. So we've got about 15 minutes of regular time left here, and it's a 2-goal advantage that Town have once again here, 4-2 the scoreline. Yeah, Oxford have got the tails up now, and it's a high press from the U's, and good header there from the centre back, and headed forward there by Smith again, and it's good take from and now then Johnson's through and he's sent that wide, and that's a really quick chance for Oxford to make the score 4-3, and Johnson, the midfielder who's held all night, really close to putting that in the far corner, took the shot first time and just slashed it wide in the end. Had Milokovic sprawling to his right hand side. The U's really in the ascendancy here, you have to say, at the moment. Town need to get a foot on the ball here. Struggling to get possession. Oxford pressing really high at the moment. There's been a couple of occasions where Town have broken that and created opportunities, and Cian Harrett's making himself a nuisance again here, and he's done well against the 2 centre-backs to win that ball and give it to Marodza. Marodza's looked to be fouled to me there, but the referee not interested, and he has to go back to Ben Jackson. Ben Midgley sensibly lets it run across him and then clips the ball into Diarra's run down the left-hand side. Brahima keeps the ball in but then falls over at the at full stretch, so it's a goal kick to the U's. Oxford quickly get the ball back in play and then drive it forward. It does look overplayed to me, that one, and Jaheim Headley, the left-back, will just make sure that one goes dead. In fact, it isn't going to go dead. It's stopped right in the corner, so it's the throw into Town. Headley has to see that ball out. 40-20 in rugby league parlance, that one, but what's happened there? Linesman, I think Ben Jackson's got that, looked to have got clattered there as he cleared the ball. Assistant referee not interested, so he must have won a bit of the ball. Like a painful one there for Jacko. He's just holding his ankle. Not best pleased with the challenge, Ben. I must admit I didn't see it. I was taken that quickly. Ben now okay, so it might be more of a point he was making than an injury he was suffering. Thankfully Ben's okay to continue. It's going to be a throw into Town in that far corner again. He's looking over, no subs preparing anything at the moment for Town, so John Worthington happy to let his chargers figure out this period of pressure themselves. Is it a right, so we're giving the ball back to Oxford, I think. That's what's happened, and it's just driven into the stand. Slightly odd passage of play there, not quite sure what's going on, but it's going to be an Oxford throw in and around halfway when play gets back underway. Ben Jackson clears it. It's been a nuisance at Doncor since he's come on. He's a willing runner. He's trying to go in behind at every opportunity. Jackson's cleared that one out of Tem United's ground, so we're just waiting for another ball to come back in. It's going to be an Oxford throw-in at parallel with the edge of the Town penalty area, and it's thrown straight into a Doncor again, who tries to turn, but a mixture of Headley and Jackson dispossessing momentarily, and now Masters driven backwards by Diarra. Cian Harratt still working hard for his side in attack there, and now Miles Bright tries to nick the ball off the Oxford man, and he does. Well played, Miles Bright, and he gets the return pass from Harratt. Miles comes across the play. Now here's Diarra. Diarra's tried to shovel that ball through to Marodza. Does get there, but it had no pace on it, so Town just forced back momentarily. Headley into Ben Midgley. Here's Miles Bright again, the midfield trickster. Headley on the left-hand side. Now here's Miles Bright again. He's going to just shuffles past his man. Good body's turn there from Bright, and now it's referee's not going to play advantages today. We'll just give free kicks. So that's a free kick to Town as Headley had released that ball into Miles Bright into the area, but referee quick to blow the whistle. It's a free kick to Town. Again, around parallel with the edge of Oxford United's penalty area. Good passage of play there from Town. Miles Bright, key to that. Loves touches on the ball, Miles. He often uses his body. He's not the express pace Miles. He's not slow, certainly, but he tends to beat people through body swerves and clever play as opposed to just out-and-out sprinting. G. Medley okay to continue. Just got his ankle clipped there. So it's a free kick to Town. Ben Midgley over this one. Beware of Ben Jackson making a late run forward again for Town. Done that from a few free kicks here. Midgley delivers. Good ball in. It's cleared well by Nosakari at the front post, and now Town Cooper trying to wriggle clear. He does well there, Cooper, and then kicks Brahima Diarra as he goes past. And now Oxford on the attack again here, and they've got men forward on this left-hand side. Owens with a poor ball forward though, and Spencer cleans up, and Brody's going to just lift this one down the line towards John Russell. Russell tries to knock the ball into, I think Owens does better on that occasion, and wins the ball back, and Town, Ben Midgley with a slack pass there, uncharacteristic for Ben. He gifts Oxford the ball back, and now offside. Brodie Spencer and the Town defence get the line right, and that's Kaboosh immediately asking for that one, and poor pass there from Ben Midgley. It's not like him, he's normally very careful with the ball, but he just gave possession away there after Town won it back. Thankfully came to nothing. About 10 minutes left here at the ASM Stadium. Town with 10 minutes to see this out and to hopefully advance to the Premier League Cup group stage. Bilakovic waves everyone away. He's going to drive this one long, and he does. He's got a big kick on him, Nick, when he needs it, and it goes towards Diarra, but the centre-back wins it, and then it's Smith. Loops the header into it. Good header forward from Brodie Spencer towards Cian Harratt. Diarra wins his flick on, and he's going to chase his own flick here, and he gets on the end of it. Here's Brahima with quick feet. He's trying to get round the centre-back. He cuts back again onto his left. He's looking for a pass on the edge of the box. There is absolutely none. Everyone's run beyond him, so he has to just drop it off to Miles Bright in the end, who's going back towards his own goal at the moment, Miles, and he's got to be careful here because Cooper's referee's saying no foul. It's Jackson there. Jackson and a Donkor. Jacko does well there on that occasion, wins the ball. He's going to drive it up the pitch, and he does find his own man there, Cian Harratt. Really good stuff, and Russell into Miles Bright, and he tries to find Russell with the return, but it's a poor pass inside, to be truthful, and Russell has just clipped his opponent there. It's a shame there because Diarra broke clear for a second. He just checked back, looked for a ball back to the edge of the box, and every single one of his teammates had run beyond him. Looks like a touch of cramp again here. I thought Russell might have clipped Leon Chambers parallel on the back of his heel, but he is getting stretched out here, so it does look like cramp affecting a few of these players. I believe it's Oxford's first game at under 21 level competitive game this season, I read on their website earlier, so no surprise if that's the case. A few of these players just thankfully, it looks like he's okay. Chambers parallel, good to see. The Oxford skipper who's come into the game in this second half. It's driven forward by Masters, and Spencer gets his positioning right, just heads the ball out for an Oxford throw. Cooper over it here, throws the ball in towards the striker again. Naz Kaboosh needs to be careful here. He's just wrestled off the ball by the striker, and it's rolled back. Big chance here, and it's in. And Oxford have pulled it back to within a goal here as we enter the last 10 minutes. It's the first thing that Kaboosh has done wrong all night, really. He just got the wrong side of the striker, Odonkor, who sensibly then cut the ball back, and it was rolled in. And it's now 4-3, Oxford United 3, Huddersfield Town 4, and it's going to be a pretty tense last 10 minutes here for the Terriers, who were 4-1 up at one stage. Oxford have been the better side this half for sure. They've got 2 goals back after Town went 4-1 ahead. Town need to show some maturity here now, this B team side, and see this game out. 7-goal thriller in the Premier League Cup qualifier. Ben Jackson drives the ball forward towards Marodza. It's going to go towards Shane. Shane, from parts not far from here, actually, is a native around Kettering, so it's not too far away from where we are. Kaboosh just loops the header up, and Headley sensibly turns it round the corner. Midgley into Russell. Russell rides the challenge well of Johnson and now drives forward into midfield. John Russell, I think he was looking to shoot there. The ball just stuck in the turf, and absolutely looked for that free kick there from Johnson and won it. Looked at the referee as he fell over, and it's a free kick to Town here in a dangerous position, you have to say. It's Ben Jackson over it. He was on a hat-trick, Ben. Already scored one fantastic free kick this evening. If he scores this one, could be mission accomplished for the Terriers here in the Premier League Cup. As it is, there's only 1 goal in it now. What can Jackson do here? He's definitely going to shoot, you've got to say. Town have got a few men in the box. Jackson shoots again. It's a whip delivery, and that was close. Real set-piece specialist, Ben Jackson, and it's just gone over the crossbar. It was a hell of an effort, but good press there from Miles Bright on this occasion. You can hear George Danaher on the Town bench really trying to G his charges up here after a below par second half so far, you have to say, and that time they got the press right, forced the pass out, and now he has Cian Harrott to make himself an outlet, and Harrott does really well there. He just draws the foul from Golding and wins his side another free kick. Just over 5 minutes, 6 minutes left here at the home of Tame United. It's Ben Midgley here. Jackson's going to stick to his defensive duties with the ball a bit wider, so Midgley's the man who's going to deliver from this wide area. Midgley's got plenty to aim for in the box. Russell, Kaboosh. He's got Marodza and Harrott at the back post as well. Town seem to have an overload at the back post, actually, so interesting if that can come to anything. It's drifted in. It's in the middle of the goal. It's a good header clear by the Oxford captain. Miles Bright does really well, gets his body in the way there, and Headley can clip the ball to Marodza. Marodza just needs to look after it here, Shane, and it's another free kick to Town as Watt shouts at the referee, and might get a talking to here from Mr. Rushton in the middle. Not happy with the award, and Shane Clever there, just got his body in the way. Drew the free kick again. Oxford understandably frustrated, just want to get the ball back and go on the attack again, but Town, since the concession of that third, have managed to keep the ball in the Oxford half for a few minutes, which is welcome respite after the second half. Midgley got Diarra inside. Brahima and him just exchanged passes. Now Midgley turns out towards the attacking half. Here's Marodza again. Into Diarra. Diarra needs to be careful, and it's a sensible pass out towards Brodie Spencer. Spencer just rolls it into the skipper, Ben Jackson, who has got Odonkor for company again, but Jacko steps inside and swings a good ball out to Miles Bright, who beats the left back. Good first touch there from Miles. He now drives into the box. Miles Bright into the box. He crosses low. It's gone between 2 Town players, but it looks like Diarra's going to keep this one alive. Brahima, the Frenchman, he's going to try and drive in field, and he does, Brahima, and he's checks back on the ball again, the Frenchman, and then he miscontrols it past a man and manages to flick it back to Marodza. Headley's got Midgley inside. Midgley is absolutely cleaned out by Cooper, but he keeps hold of the ball, and Headley with some unnecessary skill to get. Well, that's another tackle from Cooper, who's on a one-man wrecking ball mission in this second half. He finally does concede a free kick after 3 attempts, and it's a free kick for Town right on the edge of the Oxford penalty area. Can't blame the Oxford man again for trying to win the ball back, but clattered Headley in the end, didn't he? I think he's come off the worst of it, actually, so hopefully he's okay. Close to a penalty, that one, you have to say, where the ball's been spotted up, but free kick nonetheless. About 3 minutes left here. If Town can find a fifth, you feel it would be curtains for Oxford, We've made a real game of it this second half after going 4-1 down and now only 1 goal behind. Been good this second half. What can Ben Midgley do here? He clips one towards the back post. Brahima Diarra with the header, and it's just touched over. Good save there from the goalkeeper. Good strong header from Brahima. He does leap high, Brahima. He's not the tallest. He's only about 5'9", 5'10". But he gets up very well, the 18-year-old, and did really well there. Naz Kabush coming forward for this corner. Town leaving Jackson, Spencer, Headley all back to defend. Cooper's now going to drift forward. Oxford need to commit bodies forward here and get another goal, of course. What can Town do here? Miles Bright goes short. Midgley's looking long, I think. Midgley drifts one in. It's towards Diarra again, who gets another head to it, but it's flicked beyond, and Cian Harrott charges hard to keep that ball in play by the corner flag. Good play from the striker. Here it comes. Harrott manages to pirouette past a man and find Jaheim Headley, who cuts in between 2 Oxford men and is heading towards the corner flag here. Town looking to see this win out and guarantee qualification for the next round, but Harrott just gets that ball wrong as he tries to play Headley in. So it's a goal kick to Oxford United, who retrieve another ball and get things moving. Oh, danger here for Oxford. It's deflected. It's hit the bar. Miles Bright tackled the centre-back Nosakari there as he tried to be clever, and it's ricocheted, keeper beaten, and it's hit the crossbar. Instead, he hammers the ball forward this time. No risk taken, and Ben Midgley returns the favour. Harrott's miles offside, so ball just rolls through to Breary, the goalkeeper. Just about a minute and a half of normal time left here, and Oxford looking to get the ball forward, of course. Centre-backs exchange passes, and played out to Watt. He's had a good game, Ben Watt, the right back, and he will cross halfway now. Good ball into the lively striker Odonkor, who's done well, and he just goes down to the dead ball line. He might have overrun that one. No, he's kept it in. He's done well again. Odonkor flicks one towards the back post. Great cross, but Brodie Spencer really well positioned to head that one clear. Cooper, the winger, is going to try and jink past a few men, but Town do well, and Marodza comes away with it, the youngster. And in fact, looks like one of the Oxford men there just pulled up with cramp, and now John Russell, quick feet through a few men, and here's Brahima Diarra. Diarra, bit lucky there, but he's found it into Jaheim Headley, and Headley's got space to run into down this left-hand side. He crosses low for Cian Harrott. He's just inches away from the striker to convert. Number 8 there, the Oxford skipper, almost pulled up lame as he was trying to recover there. Chambers. Parallon, hopefully he's okay. He's on the ball here. He isn't moving great, you can see there, so he's just given the ball back to the centre half. I think Oxford have used all the subs. I think it's a max of 3 in this competition this year, so Headley is cleared out there, and yeah, good attentive play from the ref. He just saw that as I think it was Masters just tried to win the ball back, just left his leg in on Headley and clipped the Town man. We are now 5 seconds from the end of regular time, so I'm just wondering if the 4th official will put a board up to signify how long we're going to play. There's absolutely no board goes up on the far side, so we're just going to play a mysterious amount of added time. Ben Jackson drives the ball outright. Great knock from Jacko towards Miles Bright, who controls it and then slips, unfortunately, so Oxford back in possession. Miles Bright and Brahima Diarra on the hunt here as the ailing Clark Parallon does well just to get rid of the ball, to be honest, under pressure. He's not moving well. Great ball out from Watt again, who's had a really good game tonight. Now Miles Bright is having to charge back and do defensive work. Really good stuff from the winger to get back alongside Owens. Watt's now struggling with a touch of cramp. He's put some yards in tonight, the young right back. Oxford are going to go long throw in added time here, so Town with another set piece to defend. Kaboosh, Jackson, Spencer all have to be aware here. It's a long throw towards the front post. Jackson looks to get a shove there, and it's volleyed into the ground. It's deflected. Bit of chaos here in the Town box, and a massive shove there from an Oxford man. So free kick to the Terriers is welcome. It was the centre half who was up there. It was Golding who put his hands in the back of the defender. Oh, and there's the added time board goes up a good minute and 10 seconds into added time. It's 5 minutes to be added. So a few more minutes for Town to get through here to progress in the Premier League Cup. A really good game here this evening on HGTV. Thanks for joining us again if you have done so. And Bilokovic taking no chances. He's going to drive this ball into the Oxford half. He's looking for Marodza, but it's drifted out of play. Oxford fans retrieving the ball for their side, and Ben Watt to take this throw in, the right back. Watt with a great throw down the line towards Cooper, and Kaboosh is having to come across and try and stop the winger from advancing. Good feet again from Cooper. Kaboosh has done well there, just gets his body in the way and has to clear the ball out for a throw-in. No chances taken by Naz, but it's a dangerous throw-in again to Oxford. We're just entering the 3rd minute of added time of this added 5, and Town with defending to do here. The centre-back Golding is up again at the near post to try and get his head on this long throw. Good throw from Watt. Kaboosh, heads it towards midfielder in his desperation to win the ball back. Flew in. Flew in and got the tried to win the ball back. Clattered Midgley as he strode past him. Good to see. Hopefully Ben's okay. It was a pretty strong challenge right in front of us here, but physio just on. We are in the dying moments of this game now. If Town can be sensible and see the rest of this game out, it will be progression to the group stage of the Premier League Cup. Oxford have been a really good opponent tonight, particularly in the second half, have done tremendously well. Ball down, it's Ben Jackson, the Town skipper, who's got 2 of the Town's 4 goals tonight, who's, you would hope, going to be pretty sensible about how he puts this football, and indeed he does clip it down the line towards Marodza and Cian Harrott. Cian Harrott barges the right back, and Town keep the ball in play. Now Marodza tackled by Watt, and he's given a goal kick, bizarrely, but that's, Watt not happy with the initial challenge from Harrott there, but Cian just perhaps indicating he needs to do a bit more gym work, but Cian is that guy, so... Another attack for Oxford here. At Town have got to defend, and Watt's been really good tonight. Strides forward, gives it to Cooper on the right hand side, and Marodza's done pretty well there. Just forced Cooper inside, but he's a good player, Cooper, and he rolls the challenge pretty well. Gives it inside, and now Oxford Cooper's here, he's in space now, and Town can't give this guy space. We know that. He scored 2 good goals tonight. Good play from Ben Jackson, who now races down the left-hand side, the Town skipper. Great play from Ben. He's got Kian Harrott inside. He's going to try and shoot, and he's inches wide from completing a hat-trick. And now Ben needs to race back because he's just remembered he's a centre-back tonight, and he's got to do his defensive work, but inches away. Could have gone to the corner there, Ben. Perhaps should have done, but he's on a hat-trick. You can understand his appetite to try and secure that. Ball drilled forward again. We're going to play forever tonight. So, just carrying on. John Russell's on the ball again. John just switches it back to Midgley. It's a great ball out to Diarra. Now, can Town just look after this as Miles Bright? It's a poor ball from Town there. Now Oxford in possession again. And Town just could do with killing this game off. Just get the ball in the corner. Instead, Watt is allowed to move forward again. Marodza goes out to step to him. And now here's Cooper, the danger man. Cooper's got Headley for company, clips the ball, trying to look in behind for the run. It's a great ball, but Naz Kaboosh hooks the ball high into the night sky here. Jaheim Headley, good strength there from Headley, just holds Watt off, and he's tried to thread Harrott through. I don't quite know how the ref can possibly give advantage. He hasn't done, to be fair to him. So Watt, Headley does really well there, just holds Watt off the ball, goes down under the challenge, and you'd think that should be that. We're now in the 8th minute of added time here at Tame United. Town just need to be sensible here. He's been in the wars tonight, Jaheim Headley. He's a recipient of a few challenges from Cooper that have been pretty agricultural. Jackson's just going to drive this one over towards the corner flag. No great surprise there. And it's a good header from Owens, to be fair. And that's it, finally. And it's Huddersfield Town that progress in the Premier League Cup. But what a game we've had on our hands tonight. 4-3 in the end to the young Terriers. Oxford, thank you for being such good hosts, and fantastic game tonight. But Town it is that progressed in the end. 2 goals for Ben Jackson, 1 for Kian Harrott, and the other goal for whoever, I can't remember. It's been a long night. Daniel Sanani, of course, that fantastic first half strikes. Thanks for joining us here. We'll be bringing you the other Premier League Cup games through the course of the season. Have a good evening, Town fans, and we'll see you at Sheffield United on Saturday. Thank you.